Love has always remained one of the most powerful and captivating themes in art. Artists of different eras sought to express it through their paintings, creating images filled with tenderness, passion, and mystery. In this video, I have gathered what I believe to be the most romantic paintings of all time. A young maiden gazes intently into the eyes of her beloved, languidly embracing him around the neck. In a lush green forest, the lovers sit close together on a rope swing. Butterflies flutter above their heads. The girl, beautiful and coquettish, is dressed in a translucent, glowing white gown. The young man wears a tunic with a red sash at the waist. He tenderly looks into her face and lifts his leg, preparing to push the swing forward. Their bodies lean toward one another, filled with palpable tension. This is Springtime by Pierre-Auguste Cot. Painted in 1873, it was exhibited that same year at the Paris Salon, where it immediately became a public sensation. There is little point in dissecting the painting. Everything here is already clear. The artist masterfully conveys the atmosphere of youthful passion. First love is like spring. It is always beautiful. Springtime is at once a celebration of beauty and youth, and an allegory of nature's rebirth and the splendor of the season itself. The image is almost unreal in its beauty. The work demonstrates a striking level of realism in the two figures, as well as the intricate details of the natural world visible in the background. After the Paris Salon, the painting was acquired by the American magnate John Wolfe, who displayed it in his Manhattan mansion. There it was seen by his cousin, Catherine Lorillard Wolfe, a renowned philanthropist and art collector. She was so enchanted by the painting that she commissioned Pierre-Auguste Cot to create a similar work for her. In 1880, the artist created another masterpiece devoted to love. The painting, The Storm, is known as a continuation of Springtime. It depicts a young couple, possibly even the same lovers from Springtime, running through a forest in scant clothing. Holding hands, they rush in search of shelter from the storm, lifting the woman's dress or outer skirt above their heads to shield themselves from rain or perhaps hail. Art historians have sometimes interpreted these figures as Chloe and Daphnis from the ancient Greek novel by Longus, which tells the story of a boy and a girl abandoned at birth, raised together in innocence and falling in love during adolescence. Others have associated the painting with spring, viewing the season as a metaphor for a particular stage of life. Still others interpret the young woman as the embodiment of spring itself, reflected in the flowers beneath her feet and the butterflies above her, symbols of beauty's continuation. After her death, Catherine Lorillard Wolfe bequeathed her extensive art collection to the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Today, both of Cot's paintings are housed there, hanging side by side, complementing one another. The painting The Kiss is the most famous and most expensive work by Francesco Hayez, the Italian Romantic painter. Hayez himself considered The Kiss one of his most important creations. The painting represents a couple from the Middle Ages embracing while they kiss each other. It is among the most passionate and intense representations of a kiss in the history of Western art. The woman leans backwards, while the man bends his left leg so as to support her, and simultaneously places a foot on the step next to him, as though poised to go at any moment. The couple, though at the centre of the painting, are not recognisable, as Hayez wanted the action of the kissing to be at the centre of the composition. In the left part of the canvas, shadowy forms lurk in the corner to give an impression of conspiracy and danger. What is most intriguing is that the artist encoded a political message within the painting. Through these figures, Hayez sought to portray the emergence of the Italian nation. The blue dress of the woman with white highlights, set against the man's red stockings, echoes the colours of the French flag, while his attire bears a distant resemblance to the Italian tricolour. The colour scheme alludes to the Plombières Agreement between Italy and France, which marked the birth of the Italian nation. In this way, Hayez unites romanticism with patriotism, personal love with love for one's homeland. The legendary artist Pierre-Auguste Renoir is renowned for his depictions of lovers in various forms and settings. In 1883, he painted 3 works portraying dancing couples, all of them vibrant and deeply romantic. The series opens with Dance in the Country. For me personally, it is the most romantic of the 3. Before us stands an utterly happy couple. The woman smiles and we can clearly see her joy. A warm summer evening, the swift whirl of the dance. The cavalier tenderly and lovingly leaning his face toward her. Bright colour accents, the woman's red hat, her yellow gloves and her fan, harmonise beautifully with the man's black jacket. The background is blurred. The artist focuses entirely on the dancers. According to contemporary accounts, the figures are believed to be Aline Charigot, Renoir's future wife, and his friend Paul Lotte, who agreed to pose for the painting. Few artists were bold enough to depict lovers with such profound intimacy in 1892 as Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec. His work In Bed, The Kiss, portrays a couple lying in bed, wrapped in each other's arms. At the time, this kind of painting was often scorned for its overt sexuality. Yet the artistic qualities achieved by Toulouse-Lautrec made the work one of the most famous romantic paintings in history. Toulouse-Lautrec frequently visited Parisian brothels in the 1890s, and it is believed that this painting depicts a scene of a man embracing a prostitute. The work is part of a series of 16 paintings portraying scenes and figures from a brothel on Rue d'Ambroise. One of the most strikingly peculiar paintings depicting romantic lovers was created by the Belgian surrealist Rene Magritte in 1928. The strange image of 2 lovers with their heads covered by cloths or hoods is at once intimate and unsettling. This surrealist masterpiece is considered one of Magritte's most popular works. Critics and art enthusiasts alike have both praised and puzzled over it, offering a wide range of interpretations of the lover's bizarre appearance. Some critics believe the painting carries a far darker subtext. Magritte's mother committed suicide when the artist was only 14, drowning herself. It is said that the young Magritte was haunted by the sight of her lifeless face, covered by her wet nightgown, a chilling image eerily reminiscent of the figures in this painting. Love has inspired artists in every era, taking countless forms, from joyful innocence to passion, intimacy, and mystery. These paintings show that love is never just a beautiful image. It reflects human emotions, personal stories, and the spirit of its time. That is why romantic art continues to move us today, because in these works, we still recognize ourselves.